Hello everybody, hope all of you are well and Subho Vijaya to all of you and your family. Always maintain 6 feet distance from others in public places. Use mask when you are in public place, especially when you are not in home, that means outside, and often you sanitize your hands with soap water. And in this way, together we can win the fight against the COVID-19. And today, I will continue your organic chemistry chapters, that is my organic chemistry containing nitrogen compounds. Today we will start from aniline. Aniline is an aromatic compound, containing the benzene ring, having the NH2 group. Now first we will discuss the laboratory preparation. Generally, by reduction of nitrobenzene by using metal and acid, we can prepare aniline. So in the laboratory, lab preparation of aniline, we have to take nitrobenzene and tin and HCl, that will produce aniline. There we have to use concentrated HCl and there will be formation of twice used. Another method we can use by using the reduction of nitrobenzene with hydrogen, calculated amount of hydrogen, by using nickel or platinum catalyst. Now in the industry, aniline can be prepared on large scale by the reduction of the nitrobenzene with iron scrap, and we have to use hydrochloric acid. And this is much cheaper method compared to the reduction with tin and HCl. You know that iron is cheaper than tin. That is why this method is used in industry. Aniline can also be obtained large scale, by the action of excess aqueous ammonia on chlorobenzene at 470 Kelvin under high pressure in presence of cuprous oxide, and this process is known as Dow process. So here we are taking chlorobenzene, then we have to use ammonia solution, excess aqueous ammonia solution, then we have to give CO2, and here we have to use the temperature around 470 Kelvin, high pressure. Then from here you will get the aniline compound, and this will convert into Cu2Cl2, or you can write twice CuCl. Generally it exists as dimer Cu2Cl2 plus H2. So in this way, in large scale also by Dow's process, we can prepare aniline. Next we will discuss the physical properties of aniline. Aniline is a colorless oily liquid having the boiling point around 457 Kelvin. On exposure to air and light, it becomes brown due to the oxidation, and it is sparingly soluble in water. But you can soluble the aniline by using solvent like alcohol, ether, diethyl ether. You can use chloroform to make it soluble in that solvent. Now, a very important property of aniline is steam volatile. If there is a mixture of compounds with their aniline is present, you can easily purify this aniline by using steam distillation. Aniline has one nitrogen, and this nitrogen contains lone pair of electrons. But this lone pair is engaged with the resonance with the benzene ring. That is why what is happening here is basicity decreases, a weak base. So it will not show any effect on moist litmus paper. Next, we will discuss the chemical properties. Aniline is a weak base and definitely it will form salt. Okay, we know that when acid reacts with when base reacts with acid, it will form salt and water. So here it will form salt and it will be soluble in water. I am showing you, then you can easily understand that aniline will react with HCl forming NH3 plus Cl minus. Now this salt is water soluble. Suppose aniline, it is water insoluble. When you are adding dilute HCl, it will be soluble. Okay, and as it is forming this salt. In the similar way, if you add sulfuric acid, dilute sulfuric acid, it will be soluble. Okay. Now, if we add some electron donating group, okay, electron releasing group with this aniline compound, definitely its basicity will be increased. So, basicity order of aniline, that when we are adding one methyl group, definitely it will increase its basicity. So it will be more basic compared to the aniline. But if we insert one electron withdrawing group, definitely basicity will decrease. That means if we add one nitro group at the para position, this para nitro aniline will be less basic. Next we will discuss the chemical reaction. First we will discuss the alkylation. Aniline, when we will add methyl chloride, simply there will be SN2 reaction and this nitrogen will be methylated and we will get N-methyl aniline. Okay, and there will be formation of HCl. Again, if we give methyl chloride, again another methyl will be inserted. Okay, and we will get the dimethyl aniline. And this dimethyl aniline will again react with methyl chloride, forming one tertiary aniline salt. And now, if this salt, if we apply heat around 570 Kelvin, there will be some rearrangement reaction. Okay, and we will get this compound. Trimethyl amine salt. Okay, so if you want to stop the reaction at this stage, that means N-methyl aniline. Okay, so you have to calculate amount of methyl aniline. Okay, this one you have to take 1 mole and this one you have to take less than 1 mole. Then we will get this product. If excess methyl chloride is there, then this nitrogen will be alkylated one by one. Okay, first we will get the get the aniline, then N-methyl aniline, then N-dimethyl aniline, then we will get the tertiary salt of the aniline. Then if we apply heat, then there will be some rearrangement product of this aniline. We will get this compound. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means 2, 4, 6 trimethyl and aniline salt. Okay. Aniline hydrochloride salt. Next we will discuss the acetylation. Aniline will be acetylated by using methyl chloride. Acetyl chloride. To prepare acetyl chloride, we have to take acid, take acetic acid, and we can use thiamine chloride, or we can use PCl5 or PCl3. Then this aniline will be acetylated, will form NaCOCH3, last there will be formation of HCl, and this is called acetanilide. Acetanilide. Hope you can understand. Next we will discuss the benzoylation. Benzoylation. So you have to take the benzoyl chloride. First you can take benzoic acid, and when it will react with PCl5, it will form benzoyl chloride, PHCOCl. Now aniline will react with this PHCOCl. Then there will be formation of COPH. Okay, this compound will get, and this compound is called benzanilide. Benzanilide. Okay, and also there will be formation of HCl. So in this way we can prepare the acetanilide and benzanilide. Next we will discuss the N-arylation method. Here this amine will react with the amine salt, that is aniline hydrochloride. Aniline, when it is reacting with aniline hydrochloride salt, then we have to heat this mixture in a closed vessel around 573 Kelvin. Okay, then we will get the diphenylamine compound. Okay, and there will be formation of NH4Cl, and this is called N-arylation. Next we know about carbylamine reaction. Only the primary amines respond to this test. Carbylamine reaction. Now in carbylamine reaction we have to take the aniline, chloroform and alcoholic KOH mixture. Aniline, chloroform plus alcoholic KOH mixture, and if here we have to apply heat, then aniline will convert it into phenyl isocyanide. It has very bad smell, obnoxious smell, and by this test also we can identify the aniline. Okay, this is the identification test for aniline. Hope you can understand. And generally it is not done in the laboratory because of its smell. Okay, so better we can do the back dye test, and it will be diazotized, then it will be added into the alkaline beta naphthalate solution, then we will get a red azo dye. Okay, by that test also we can identify the aniline. Okay. Next we will discuss how diazotization is done. When aniline is treated with NaNO2 and dilute HCl, there will be formation of nitrous acid, and this nitrous acid at 0 to 5 degrees centigrade will convert aniline to benzene diazonium chloride salt. This one is the benzene diazonium chloride salt. Okay, now this diazonium, from this diazonium salt we can prepare different types of compound. This is a vast uses. This is also preparation of different types of compound from diazoxide are in your syllabus. Okay, so that you have to also study. Now we are going to the diazonium salts, pH N2 plus Cl minus, the benzene diazonium chloride. If we add here HCPO2 and in presence of Cu plus and water, if we apply heat, then we will get the benzene ring. Okay, and there will be formation of nitrogen and HCl. And in another way, only just by heat, warming with acid. Okay, if you take here H plus water and warm, then there will be formation of phenol. Okay, plus N2 plus HCl. And by heating with zinc dust, the phenol will get the benzene. Next one is the Sandmeyer reaction. Sandmeyer reaction. In the Sandmeyer reaction, we can prepare the halobenzene, like chlorobenzene. If you want to prepare chlorobenzene, you have to use this benzene diazonium chloride, and you have to use CuCl, okay, and HCl, and heat. That will give you chlorobenzene, and there will be formation of also nitrogen gas, and this reaction is called Sandmeyer reaction. Understand? In this, by using the same method, we can prepare the others halogens also. Okay. Suppose if you take CuBr and HBr in place of this CuCl and HCl, you will get bromobenzene. N2 plus Cl minus CuBr and HBr, and if you apply heat, there will be formation of bromobenzene plus N2. Okay. If we want to prepare cyanobenzene, we have to take here CuCl and KCl. If we apply heat, then we will get the cyanobenzene. Okay. If you want to prepare iodobenzene, then you have to heat with potassium iodide. By using potassium iodide and applying heat, you will get the iodobenzene. So these are all under the Sandmeyer reactions. Next we will discuss how we have to add fluorine here. So these Sandmeyer methods will not able to form the fluorobenzene. So here a new reaction is required. We have to use HBF4, hydrofluoric acid. So this reaction is called Balch-Siemens reaction. Already I have discussed in haloalkane halogens chapters. Balch-Siemens reaction. In Balch-Siemens reaction, what we are doing, we are taking this benzene diazonium chloride, we are adding HBF4. Then this benzene diazonium chloride will convert into N2 plus BF4 minus. And next step, what we are doing here, we have to apply heat. When we will apply heat, then we will get the fluorobenzene. So fluorine will be inserted, and there will be formation of nitrogen and BF3 also. So in this way, we can insert fluorine, okay, from into the benzene ring by using this benzene diazonium chloride. Okay. Now with this benzene, this compound, that nitrochlorate, nitronium borate, this compound. Here, if we want to prepare nitrobenzene, here we have to add NaNO2 and copper you have to give heat. Then from here also we can prepare again the nitrobenzene back. Hope you can understand. But if we add benzene and alkali, that means benzene and NaOH to this diazonium salt, that is benzene diazonium chloride, we are adding benzene and NaOH. Then we will get the biphenyl compound. This is the biphenyl compound, okay? And there will be formation of N2 plus NaCl plus H2. So in this way we can prepare biphenyl. Next we will discuss the Gattermann reaction. In Gattermann reaction we will use the free metals, that means copper and HCl, okay? So this is Gattermann reaction. Here we have to take benzene diazonium chloride. We will use copper and HCl. Okay, and we have to, if we copper HCl and apply heat, then there will be formation of chlorobenzene and nitrogen. And if we use copper HBr here, then it will form bromobenzene. Okay, now if we add here the Cu and KCl, then there will be formation of cyanobenzene and nitrogen. So here we are not using the CuCl. Okay, salt we are not using. Directly we are using the pure metal. That's copper HCl, copper HBr and copper C. In this way we can easily prepare the halobenzenes as well as cyanobenzenes. And this cyanobenzene, if we add dilute acid, we can easily convert into benzoic acid. So whatever we are discussing, these are the use of the diazonium salt. Now, in your syllabus, there is some coupling reaction. Beta-menthol coupling reaction is not in your syllabus. But coupling reaction in phenol is very important. So this is benzene diazonium chloride. When it will react with phenol, then we will get the coupled product. Okay, and here this reaction is done in alkaline medium. Alkaline medium around 9 to 9.5 pH value, and temperature should maintain 0 to 5 degrees centigrade. Then we will get the coupled product here, N11N, and this compound is called para-hydroxy azobenzene. Para-hydroxy azobenzene. And this compound color is orange. Next we will discuss the coupling reaction with aniline. N2 plus Cl minus will react with aniline. And here we have to use acid. So in acid medium it will couple, and there will be formation of compound like this. This type of compound will be formed. Okay, and this compound will be yellow in color. Okay. The same diazonium salt you can add in alkaline beta-naphthol solution. Okay, definitely there will be orthocoupling, okay, and there also will get the azodite, that is also orange red color, that is in your practical, okay. Next we will discuss the another type of reaction, that is electrophilic substitution reactions. Electrophilic substitution we know that in aniline, this amine group, because of resonance, increases the electron density at the ortho and para position. So that is why this aniline is ortho para directing. Okay. So due to the strong ring activating effect of the NH2 group. Now, whenever we will add some acid, then it will react with that acid and it will form NH3 plus. Then it will change into there will be orthopara directing product and as well as there will be meta-directing product. So sometimes we have to protect this aniline group. Okay. During generally it is done by acetylation whenever required, and the acetylation group can be easily removed by acid hydrolysis. Okay. Next we will discuss the reaction of aniline with bromine water. Okay. So if we take aniline, when we will use bromine water, then there will be formation of 2,4,6 tribromaniline. And there will be formation of, we are adding this bromine, and as it is highly activating, so we will get that 2,4,6 tribromaniline, and this is a white precipitate. And there will be formation of thrice H here. Hope you can understand. Okay. So during bromination of aniline, we will get the tribromo product. So if we want to prepare the monobromo product, then we have to change the solvent. So we have to use the non-polar solvent like carbon disulfide. So with this aniline, if we add bromine and carbon disulfide, and here we have to maintain the temperature also. Temperature should be 0 degree centigrade. So then we will get the only monobromo aniline. That means orthobromo aniline plus parabromo aniline. Always parabromo aniline will be in the major quantity because of steric factor. Monobromo aniline can also be prepared by acidating the nitrile group before the bromination. Okay. So first we have to protect this aniline group by acetyl chloride. We will get NaCO3. Then we have to add bromine. Okay. Then we will get the orthopara. Para will be the major. NaCO3, parabromoacetylenite, and ortho. This one is the major. And then by hydrolysis by H3O plus, okay, we have to apply heat also. Then we will get the parabromoaniline as a major. And here if we do the same thing, that H3O plus and apply heat, we will get the metabromoaniline. Hope you can understand. Next we will discuss the nitrogen. Just now I told you that amine group is basic, it is orthoparadirectic. If we add acid, then it will be protonated, it will be NH3 plus. Definitely NH3 plus is meta-orienting, so we will get around 50% or 47% meta-nitroanilin. So what is happening? So when we are adding mixed acid, that means concentrate HNO3 and concentrate H2SO4, 1:1 ratio. Then we will get we are discussing about nitration, okay? That meta-nitroanilin we will get around 47%. Para-nitroanilin will get 50%. Plus, there will be ortho-nitroanilin, and it is very less, around 1% or 2%, 1 to 2%. Okay, so we are getting a mixture of compounds. So how to solve this problem? So nitration we have to carry indirectly. First we have to protect the NH2 group by acetylation. Okay. So NH2 group is first protected by acetyl chloride. There will be formation of NHCOCH3. Okay, and this compound is called acetanilide. Okay, then here we have to add mixed acid. That means concentrate HNO3 and concentrate H2SO4 around 288 Kelvin. Then we will get the ortho and para nitro compound of this acetalide. NHCOCH3, NO2 and NHCOCH3, NO2. Now we have to remove this acetyl group by acid hydrolysis. So here if we give HCl plus and apply heat, then we will get the para-nitroanilin, and when we will give HCl plus and apply heat, this is ortho-nitroanilin. So in this way we can easily prepare the ortho-nitroanilin and para-nitroanilin just by blocking the amine group. First we have to block, then we have to deblock this acetyl group by using acid hydrolysis. Next we will discuss the sulfonation. In aniline, when we will add sulfuric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid, then what will happen? Definitely first it will form salt. Then we have to apply heat. Then there will be some rearrangement reaction at 473 Kelvin. Okay, this SO3H group will go to the para position, and there will be exchange of proton having NH3 plus and SO3 minus. So in this way we can easily add this sulfonic acid group to this aniline, okay, by using this sulfonation reaction. Next, if we discuss about the Friedel-Crafts reaction, whether aniline will respond to this Friedel-Crafts reaction, no. Aniline does not undergo Friedel-Crafts reaction, okay, and Friedel-Crafts alkylation and Friedel-Crafts acylation. Due to it will form salt with the aluminum chloride with the Lewis acid. Okay, aniline is base and AlCl3, anhydrous AlCl3 is a Lewis acid, so they will form salt, and which is used as a catalyst. Okay, so due to this formation of salt with this amine group, so So aniline will convert to NH3 plus and it will be strong deactivating group. So we know that if there is deactivating group, okay, deactivating the benzene ring, that will not take part in the field of alkylation and acylation. And finally, we can think about the catalytic hydrogenation. If we add hydrogen nickel around 570 Kelvin with aniline, definitely there will be formation of cyclohexylamine. And identification test, we can use the carbylamine test. In theory we can write, no problem. Okay, laboratory will not write. Or we can give the Baghdad test. And finally we will discuss the use of anilines for making diazonium compounds, and from these diazonium compounds we can prepare different types of compounds, fast type of compounds we can synthesize. And in the preparation of dyes, that sulfur drugs, that photographic chemical we can use, as well as we can use aniline as solvent. So in this way we have completed your chapter, that is the compounds, organic compounds containing nitrogen, and cyanide, isocyanides, okay, compounds we will not discuss because now it is in the reduced syllabus is not there, okay, it is now out of syllabus. So today up to this, thank you.